I will do another update here real quick. So frame rails are in, welded. This front core support is welded on the inside tabs that are inside of this outer plate. So it's core support to the inner frame rail. Welds like on this little tab that's right here. That's how it was from the factory, I believe. A bunch of times when it's replaced, it doesn't get welded because these frame rails come as one solid piece. I think that's really maybe the only reason that these things come in two pieces. Not really sure. Anyways, that's welded, and the two welds here on the front. And then of course, welded all the way down the side. You can see the burn throughs on those. And one of my roommates already ground them away on this side. And X is where this will be cut away. Of course, there weren't spot welds put on these tabs because this will be cut off. There'll be another piece of angle that sits right here. That's in those boxes, or that box right there. That is for the control arms that welds up to this. And went ahead and welded it. Not so pretty. I suck at vertical welds apparently. Haven't done them in ages. But it's welded on the sides and on the bottom. They had holes in these frame rails. I think I might have shown in another video where I just filled it in to add some extra to that, but probably wasn't necessary at all since it's welded all the way around it anyways. Anyways, the floor supports are welded up with frames. These are welded. I had to reflange this one and to push it up. The other one I had to cut a slit on the driver's side down to about here so it could come down, and then re-welded the seam. This was already in, of course. It's not welded to the outside yet because I might need to spread it to get the torque box outer piece in. That'll be next in line. We'll be putting these outer caps, the torque boxes, and I think that's it for this. Then it's on to the cowl, which I'm gonna hold off on until I can get my Welded pedals that are back there on the sandblast cabinet. I'm gonna get those fit in because you have to weld up like a brace. You have to first cut a section of this away and kind of make a flat, which I have a flat plate I ordered for a whole 15 bucks. It's laser cut perfect, but you have to use that flat, and then I have to, what I'll do is I'll leave some material and bend it over and make a flange to weld to so it's all squared in. I'll have to weld all that up, grind it, and then of course get a piece of, or some 1-inch square tubing and make a support that'll come out, and then probably weld to somewhere on the dash, because the original factory pedals bolt up to like right here and then to the dash, and they're hung off of it. You see how I got a push panel to push the firewall down to where it needed to be, because it was wanting to fold up that way, so we had to do a ratchet strap gutterness to pull it down, but it worked. So but that's where I'm at now. The frame rails, which was one of the biggest pains, are in. They're level, they're square, the whole works. This is only welded on 2. I pretty much just boxed it in square. It's level across, and these two pieces are pretty much 90. This one over here is slightly off, but it wouldn't go, I mean, it's flushed all the way up against this, and it wouldn't twist any. Like literally this piece I think is slightly twisted, but I couldn't adjust it any. But anyways, it's only welded on those 2, so if I need to drill these front ones out, I can hammer it or twist it and finagle it. If I need to move it in or out just a little bit, I can hit it with a hammer enough to flex it, or I can twist it some. But of course the top still, I can move it where I need to be for the aprons. But before I can do the aprons, I have to get this cowl done. And before I can do the cowl, gotta get my Welded pedals done. Well, I don't have to, but it's a whole lot easier to weld from the top right here with this cowl out of the way than bent underneath the dash. And it'll be a whole lot easier to do this piece I need to do here from above than from under the dash. And hopefully I can run the factory pedal with the Welded pedals, and that's not an issue. I might have to end up switching to one of those low carb cable driven throttles. I had one before, didn't care for it. It felt flimsy and toyish. I don't know, the pedal feel was weird to me. It didn't feel solid at all. So if I end up having to go with one of those again, I'll have to figure out some kind of better mating surface to bolt it up to, and probably rig up a stronger spring or something to give it a little bit more feel to it. Because I guess the springs, the little rink-dink springs that it feeds off of are literally what's on the carburetor, and that's it. So I don't think the pedal itself has a spring really, or at least didn't feel like it. But that's where I'm at. Roommate was grinding that side. He'll probably grind this side while I'm at work tomorrow. And next I'll move to cutting this, welding it. Once I get it all welded up, I'll black epoxy everything. I don't know if I want to wait on epoxying this until I get my firewall work done where those wheelwoods are going. So it's all one spray. So I don't have to mix up sprays multiple times. I know I need to get the torque boxes done as well before I sprays. But thanks for watching, guys, and until the next update.